Hey guys, so today I'm going to be kind of kicking off a Christmas series. I'm going to do the best I can to use the Christmas stamps from Stampin' Up. I've been getting stamps and I never show them because this channel's kind of been a last priority, but slowly getting back, really going to kick it off in the new year. And that I can guarantee unless something horrible happens. But a lot of the things are starting to not become available, and due to issues, whatever, who cares what they are. The point is Stampin' Up won't be able to replenish these products, and if they did, it wouldn't be in time before the catalog retires. So this is one of them, and it breaks my heart because this stamp set I really never looked at, and then I saw a couple card samples and I bought it, and I bought the dies to go with it. I bought the whole set, and now the dies are not available, so I can't show you cards. I mean, I could, but if you don't have the product, what's the point in watching it? I can't, unfortunately I can't use the dies in the cards, and I love this sled. I love these things you can put together to make holly leaves. I'm thinking a wreath, and then the snowshoe die, the snowflake, the skis. So that makes me really sad. So I wanted this to be the first stamp set that I showed you. And we can still do some things with the stamps. There may be some fussy cutting going on, and that's okay because these images are really easy to fussy cut. So we're going to make 3 cards. And when I was on stage, they talked about the beginner crafter, the casual crafter, and the avid crafter. So think of easy, medium, hard as far as card designs. So I'm going to start doing that. That's my goal, at least, is when I take a stamp set, I'm going to make 3 cards with it. So kind of continuing my 3 cards, 1 stamp set series that I started and kind of went away from. But I'll do a really easy card that doesn't require a lot, a medium card, kick it up a notch, and then the hard card, the avid crafter that has everything and can do everything, has a very high skill level. So we're going to do that today with the Alpine Adventure. Now as I'm doing this, I have no idea what cards I'm going to make. That's the joy of filming. I can stop the camera and decide it. So with that being said, I'll tell you the supplies as I use them. However, we are going to be bringing in the All Is Bright Designer Series paper. Again, I bought this beautiful paper for Christmas and I have not used it. Now, some of my people that got a holiday catalog got a sampling of this paper, so I hope they're enjoying it. And I'm going to show it to you really quick. It's this gorgeous paper. So you have pine cones, and these come in 12 by 12 sheets, but these were already cut down, so they're easier to work with. Bokeh. And then you have this gorgeous, look at that, very realistic. I think this is one of their papers where they took a picture and made it into paper. So really pretty. In the back is just the red stripes. So what's nice is that one side is busy, the back side is more subtle. You have stockings, and then just some green stars. Again, here is another beautiful paper, this time with bells and lights, and then polka dots. And then I love this one, the ornaments, so pretty. And then poinsettias, and then you have Christmas lights, and just your plain green. So we'll be bringing in this paper for 1, 2, or all 3 of the cards. I'm not sure yet. So like I said, I will tell you the supplies as I go, and we will go ahead and get started. Okay, so I have a white card base, A2 size, so 5 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I have a white Whisper White panel, which is 1/2 inch, I believe, shorter than my card base. So what we're going to do is this is going to be the beginner card, or the easy card. Let me get my paper, because I'm going to go off the, oh geez, I'm going to go off the paper, and we're going to stamp it in black. So we're going to do that, but before we do that, I'm going to take crumb cake. So crumb cake, and I'm going to take this stamp pad. This is Beautiful Blizzard, and I will be featuring this one as long as the time I feature it, it's still available. Comes with this gorgeous, oh my gosh, die, or you can purchase it as a bundle. But I'm going to take this stamp right here, and we're going to create some fake splatter. Oh. So let's do this really quick. And it's just going to be random. I'll have something covering that center, so no point in stamping that. All right, now let's get our snowshoes. Ooh. And stamp them. And I'm doing this in black, basic black again. And again, if I had the dies, or if I could use the dies, that it would look really cool. I think I need to ink up my basic black. Okay, so there's that. So you can kind of see that. All right, I took some crumb cake and I cut it out with my circle stitch framelit die. I'm going to take basic black and stamp out my sentiment. These are obviously non-traditional Christmas colors, but I kind of wanted a neutral color scheme. Now you can either stamp this then cut it out, or do what I'm doing. I just went ahead and cut it out and stamped it, and that worked totally fine. I'm going to add some Stampin' Dimensionals and pop this up. And then we're going to go ahead and attach it to our card base. I'm going to add a little bit more. I can't go too easy, too plain. Okay, so I have some braided linen trim. It's like similar, well, it's linen, but it is a good alternative to burlap if you want a smaller width. So we're just going to tie a bow. I took 2 pieces, same length, and I like making my bows like this, especially with the smaller ribbon, just so it gives it a little bit of interest. And hopefully I did not make my, probably could have gone a little bit longer, but that's okay, we'll make this work. There we go, and I'm going to tie it right there using some glue dots. So here they are. I'm like, when I find my glue dots, I'll attach the bow. And so this can be considered a beginner card, an easy card, a basic card, whatever you want to call it. Something that doesn't require a lot of supplies. Granted, we did use a die, but if you have a circle punch or anything, you could use that. If you need to cut your own, if you have no dies and need to cut your own, you could have made this into a square, whatever. But there is our first card. Very simple. Okay, for the next card, I am bringing in a strip of the, oh goodness, the gold foil sheets, a strip of that. And then that pattern paper that I showed you in the beginning. And then we're bringing in the wood textures. I have it here. Let me get the, oh, I don't have the name, but this is, I think this is the wood textures. All supplies will be listed below. So I love this print, and the other side is the tree rings. So we're going to do, I have cherry cobbler or crumb cake. I'm going to decide which one looks better. We'll see very little of it, but I think I'm going to go with the cherry cobbler. So what I'm going to do is I wanted to make sure this is the correct orientation. I need to decide how much I want of the wood to show, because I want to cut off what you're not going to see, so I don't waste it, because I do love this print. So I'm going to stamp the skis in onto some crumb cake. Hopefully I have it long enough stamping. Uh-oh. And there, this block is not Stampin' Up, but we're just going to go with it because I don't have a long one. So we're going to stamp this in crumb cake. Okay, what I've done is I went ahead and took the skis and stamped them out with basic black. This was crumb cake, what I originally did with you, but I did not like that. It was too light. And then I stamped the little shoe bottoms with basic gray, which is a little dark, but it'll do for now. And then I cut mine with the dies. I have the dies, so why bother fussy cutting? But this is fussy cut, so it's really easy. It's just a straight cut. So I have those two. I did go ahead and use the same linen thread. I really like it to tie a bow. I did my crumb cake with an oval stitch die with cherry cobbler ink. If you're not familiar with our stitch dies, they do come. This is one. This is what all it comes with. You get circles, ovals, and squares. There's another size here, but that's the size I used, so I have it off to the side. And then the new catalog will have rectangles, so stay tuned for that. And then I went ahead and tied the same thread around my card here, which I'll attach the bow later. So we're going to go ahead and put this together. I don't know if I'll add anything else because I wanted this to be a medium skilled card. I have decided for the advanced or the avid crafter, oh goodness, to go ahead and use the dies. So after I make this card, if you don't have the dies and you're not interested in seeing something that you can't purchase, you can go ahead and not watch anymore. I don't want to cause aggravation for anybody. I was going to do this on cherry cobbler, wasn't I? But should I? Yeah. So I'll save that for last. But if you do have the dies, I at least want to give some people an opportunity to get some inspiration if needed for it. And after I put this card together, I will show you everything, the dies and the stamp set again. So if you're interested in purchasing the stamp set, I don't want you to watch the third card and go, yes, I love that stamp set, and then realize, oh, the thing I used was from the die. So stay tuned for that in 1 second. Let's go ahead and put our skis together. And I have some gold faceted gems that I'm going to add, just a couple, to kind of tie in with the gold paper. I think I'll just do 2. And that will complete this second card. Now, even though I'm kind of categorizing this as a medium skill level, it looks very advanced because, I think, personally, because the pattern paper. So it looks like a lot is going on, and then it took a lot of work to put together, but it really didn't. All this, I think having stitched framelits should be a staple in your craft supply because you could use it. I mean, whenever I make cards, I use them all the time, whether they're the square, circle, or rectangle. Square, circle, or oval. I'm always using some sort of stitched thing for my sentiment. And these can be fussy cut, so you don't need the dies for that. And then the thread. So really minimal supplies. If you have any embellishments you can use, that will work. Or you could have left the embellishments off and it would have been totally fine. So again, for the third card, it's gonna be an advanced level. And typically advanced crafters kind of have everything in their stash. Remember, I'm gonna be using the dies. The dies are no longer available. However, if you have the dies, this will come in handy. And if you later on somebody's destashing their stamp sets and you run across the dies you can purchase, you will have this video for inspiration. So if you don't have the dies and you don't want to see the card, now's your time to click off, or you can just look at it for layout inspiration, whatever. So here's the stamp set. Here are the dies. Let me make sure I have all the dies here. So this, you have the Stampin' die. This, it's yeah, it's the same. So Stampin' die, but this can stand alone. You have the gift, the bells, so you could stamp these, fussy cut them. What else? The thing you have with the dies that are not of the stamps is the sled and the berries, or the holly leaves. So today I'm going to be using the sled. But if you look, if you buy the stamp set, you're not missing out too much. You get a snowflake. This one's a little bit bigger, but you're not missing out too much. Okay, so I will be using the sled die today because I have to. Because I never make cards just to make cards. Every time I make cards, it's just for a video. So I want to make sure I use these. But again, I apologize if the framelits are not available yet. Or not available anymore. So we're going to go ahead and use this. And I'm going to cut it out of some of that wood textures paper. So here's my pack, and I have some scraps here. Will that fit? Yeah, we'll use that. Circles. So great way to get wood texture by using the paper. So we'll die cut that out. We're going to use our crumb cake card base that I have sitting here. Alright, so I went ahead and I'm going to use the crumb cake card base. Here is more of that pattern paper. It's different than card 2. It's the one that has the bells. I had to use it. I'm sorry. It's just so pretty. I was sitting here trying to get layout of card designs, and I just did not like what I was doing until I put this piece of pattern paper down. Here is some, I'm actually going to cut this a little, no, I'm not going to use this one. This is the one I'm going to use, the stars. Go ahead and attach this down. And then I went ahead and die cut out and stamped some more of the skis. And I will go ahead and adhere these down. I'm not sure if I'll do them popped up. I die cut the sled out of the Wood Textures pattern paper, or DSP. And I also did the wreath on Very Vanilla. And the ink is Call Me Clover and Cherry Cobbler for the berries. I die cut out the bow and Cherry Cobbler. And then here on some Whisper White, I die cut out 3 snowflakes, which I'll get to in a moment. But let's go ahead and attach the wreath to the sled. And I did Let It Snow on Very Vanilla, and I used this die right here. So here's the bow, here's the wreath, here's the snowflake, the sled, and then the ski. So we'll go ahead and put all this together. Okay, so here are my 3 cards. This one was supposed to be the beginner, then medium, then advanced. I don't know if I accomplished that, but I'll keep trying. It's kind of hard to get out of my own comfort zone of style of card making to figure out, oh, this will be beginner, this will be medium. I think the hardest for me is medium. I either go really simple or kind of all out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. All the supplies I have used will be listed below, minus the dies. I'm sorry again that they're no longer available, but that just proves if you see something you like, grab it. So let me know if you have any questions. Remember, if you do place an order, use the hostess code. I would so appreciate your business, and it means a lot. I will be getting the occasions catalog and the celebration catalogs. So if you have ordered from me within the last 6 months of at least $50 or more, you will be getting those catalogs. So if you're interested in a catalog, you want to get your order in, I will be sending them out in December. I'll be back soon with another video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!